Alright, this is the third time I've tried to record this replay, and it's good to be back and enjoying in quote marks, trying to figure this crap out between my video recorder and Sony Vegas Movie Pro. Anyway, it's good to be back. Battle on my Sims. Tiers are fairly well spread. We are top tier, but it's mostly 7s and 6s with a couple 5s thrown in, the Königsberg on the enemy team. And here we go. Hopefully this will sync up. That was one issue with the audio and video, not syncing. And then Vegas not wanting to read AVI files. So now we're recording this in MP4, so here goes nothing. Now let's hope it syncs up and yada 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 yada. Got a new computer. I will include the specs for it in the description for the video. It allows things to play out much smoother. I may reduce the settings just slightly in future games. I've noticed that the in-game or binocular mode stuttering that I used to have with the older computers, etc., does not happen to the degree that it did, but there's still just a hint of it, so we'll see. Anyway, enjoying the new graphics, so I figure I'll take a little look at this very, very scenic beach right here and make it mine in the center. Oh, whiskey. So here we go. Somebody, of course, Epicenter, somebody makes a comment on how this map gives them PTSD, and somebody mentioned Vietnam flashbacks, and I said, never get out of the boat. Now, let's see, I'm going to kill that rock right there. Alright, enemy Königsberg is pushing in, and knock some seals off that rock right there. Between the seals and the bird rookeries. Not really earning points for the World Wildlife Fund in this game. Time to distract the Königsberg and pay attention to the enemy, or not the enemy, the friendly Icarus. Königsberg takes a bad hit. He had a fire and has put it out, and my shots are dropping short, which is just me. And there's a little bit hitching there, but considerably better. Enemy Gneisenau. I've got my sea mines headed out to him. There we go, hitting the bird rookery. Enemy Ashitaka. Enemy Mahan. And I'm just gonna stay nice and hidden and sheltered from torpedoes and snipe. Enemy Königsberg's driving off. Throw some rounds on him. Feeling kind of brave, given that we've got control of the center. At this point, the majority of our team is in some of the control points. The enemy is fainting off. Getting set up to throw some torpedoes at the smoke. Enemy Gneisenau. I believe that's a Mahan over in the smoke. That's at my 10 o'clock. The 9 o'clock, I believe, is an Eagle. Anshan is over there as well. Maybe he's the one who laid the smoke. But I am not going to get off of center here. We're going to have, in a second, the enemy Atlanta takes down our New Orleans. In a second, we're going to have 3 destroyers on our side contesting 2 of theirs. Their 3rd destroyer is a little out of position. He's probably taken some heat from the cruiser and destroyer combination. A lot of fire coming out of the smoke at my 9 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Those destroyers are trying to do their best to distract. And Spymaster Canary, our Icarus, is pushing up.
Engine boost activated.
Keep an eye on him. He has a very tense game. He's pulling up Eagle has him spotted now, and he'll start drawing fire. Yep, you can see he's drawing fire from the Mahan. I'm getting ready to dump some sea mines because it looks like, yep, Spymaster is popping a smoke, so I don't have to worry about him driving in. And I am going to try and draw some heat off of him, which will start to happen. So the hitching isn't quite as bad in binocular mode as it... Definitely not as bad. Taking rounds, my engine goes down, I repair it, taking fire from the Mahan. Mahan's backing up. Pop my smoke, trying to get under cover. Mahan is spotted because he's fired, so I can fire at will. Enemy, we got a little crisscross of my torps and enemy torps going in on the Icarus. Mahan's pushing forward. Just ever so slight little stutter stuff there, but it's far better than it used to be. Spymaster's still in the game. Taking rounds from the enemy Anshan. I give a shout out to the Icarus.
Torpedoes to starboard.
He's playing very brave or foolhardy, one of the two. Enemy is boxed up behind this one island here, and I start to think about maybe dealing with them, but I think I'm going to come back around, drive into my own smoke, use it for cover, harass the Ashitaka and the Mahan. Spymaster's taking rounds. I'm going to fire over the island, get detected because I do so. Just trying to make that that Mahan keep his head down. Detected, coming into my smoke.
Engine boost deactivated.
Spymaster's on the beach there, so I'm going to throw some denial torps for the Mahan. Anshan coming around. Just trying to spread the love. Rounds out. Anshan's hitting the throttle. Look at the enemy team. We have control of the center. We're fishing a barrel, but they're not pressing too hard. I mean, the Anshan is doing his best, but he's got no support. Pouring rounds into the Anshan, dropping a little short. Couple rounds in, having a look around. Torpedoes on our Icarus don't appear to have hit. More rounds. Our Farragut is not in good shape and is burning. Smoke's starting to go down. Time to start moving. Farragut goes down to the Anshan. Mahan, I don't have to worry about, and I'm just going to keep trying to deny him this gap here in case he tries to turn in. Torpedoes out. Ashitaka has me spotted because I fired, and I may as well just pour rounds into his bridge. Mahan is feathering the throttle back and forth, so I'm just going to try and keep him boxed in there. Bow and stern, bow and stern. Got a hit on his bow. He's backing up. Pop smoke. Slow up. Ashitaka's being turned off by the sea mine torpedoes of the Sims. A few more rounds out. Rounds from the KG-5 drop short. I think it was from the KG-5. Look at Spymaster. He's... let's see if we can find him again. But rounds on the Ashitaka. I'm going to take the camera over real quick. The Spymaster has 666 hit points left. Now, I'm worried about him driving into my torpedoes. I don't want that. I want him to live. I'm gonna keep harassing the Ashitaka. The Spymaster has his torpedoes out. Spymaster pops smoke. A couple of the enemy ships drop off. Now, I'm not sure who has him lit. He takes rounds. It's down to 369. Could be the enemy Atlanta, but I'm not sure. The rate of fire sure looks like in Atlanta. Spymaster's down to 369 health points. Down to 70 and taking blind fire. Oof. Riding with the angels. Spymaster backing up.
Engine boost activated.
I figure I'm now going to press and try and take heat off a Spymaster. He's taken blind fire. And is alive at 70 hit points. Enemy Ashitaka has been our punching bag for most of the game now. We have center. But the enemy teams, ship-wise, it's the same numbers. And roughly it's the same composition. So this is anybody's game at this point. I figure I will take heat for Spymaster. Try and spot for him. Ashitaka is not doing well. Enemy Mahan. He's smoking up. He's not looking at me. I may as well say hello and ring the doorbell. Drop those rounds short. Got 4 rounds into him. Torpedoes behind me, possibly from the Mahan. Nobody's looking at me. Detected by the Ashitaka. Play a little doorbell ding-dong ditch there. Enemy New York is not looking good. A couple rounds on the KG-5. Just spread the love around. Spymaster has popped his smoke and is clinging dearly to those 70 health points. Getting ready. Some torpedoes coming up. More area of denial. Out they go. Somebody's pushing back into Central Zone. That's going to stop our point advantage. Or at least accrual. We still will have the advantage. But look at the enemy composition. They're alright, Mahan. Oh, bracket him. I should have had him on that first one. Take out his engines and take him out.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Pop smoke because I am detected.
Generator started.
Yeah, but the enemy team, well, if you want to call it composition. Well, enemy Ashitaka's burning out. I'm going to do what I can to help with that. They're playing Ring Around the Rosie, unfortunately, for their side. Rounds going in. I don't get the kill, but I don't mind. That heat is off. So, all but one of our ships, and soon enough, that battleship, I think that's the Nelson off at about 8 o'clock, will be in the control points, whereas the enemy is all off circling like vultures. But no, we're not dead.
Our victory is in sight.
I give Spymaster a shout out, and he says back that yeah, the game was very intense, and yeah, I'm sure it was for him. He's got 70 health points.
Affirmative.
Oh, the destroyers, that's all of us destroyers, even the ones who are dead, we get a shout out. We're doing our best, doing what we can. So now the enemy is going to possibly try and do a push in at the 8 o'clock position on the map. We will see. Pushing over, engine boosting.
Engine boost
Enemy
activated.
Fubuki off at my 10 o'clock. Somebody goes, at some point they have to come in, right? Well, now we have a minor ship advantage, but we have a huge point advantage, and we control all of the cap points. So we're just going to accrue points like crazy. Looking at the New Mexico, Galsanier, and the KG-5 on the enemy team, I'm going to dump sea mines over in that gap there. And enemy Atlanta pops up. Our KG-5 is not doing well. I'm going to draw heat off of him, or do my best. because that Atlanta will burn him down with support from the New Mexico. So, Mr. Atlanta rounds out. Get one into him, say hello. He's still looking at KG5. I'm going to do my best to hurt him. Keeping an eye on the Fubuki. Our Nelson takes out the enemy Galsenier. Fubuki takes a hit to his engines and pops smoke. I'm going to try and pour rounds into him. New Mexico assists in the kill on the Nelson.
Concentrate fire on the designated target. Torpedoes to starboard.
Alright. Torpedoes coming out from the Fubuki. Nelson's dead. Oh, Atlanta. With 363 health points. Can you live long enough so that I can kill secure you? I think you can. Here we go. Rounds out. Do I get him before anybody? Yes, I do.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
973 points. We are going to accrue points so fast that this will be a win.
Deactivated.
So, we're going to head over to the editor and hopefully this will record and edit without any hitches. Shout out to the Icarus. Spymaster Canary.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning, putting in the longboat until he's sober, putting in the longboat until he's sober, putting in the longboat until he's sober. Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning, pull out the plug and wet him all over, pull out the plug and wet him all over, pull out the plug and wet him all over. Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Put him in the scouts, put him in the scouts,